1 and 2 picks made their NFL debuts tonight. Travis Hunter in Jacksonville against the Steelers. And Cam Ward, the franchise now in Tennessee. Titans and Bucks on a soggy night in Tampa. Herm Edwards, he started 0 for 2 passing, and then he really settled in.
He really did. He got comfortable in the pocket. You can see the strength of his arm and the talent. And he gets the ball out of his hand very quickly, and he's very accurate after the first series. I mean, some of these throws here, I mean, that's a nice throw over there. He throws it away from the defender, catchable ball. They have their franchise quarterback. The question I have is, can they protect him? You know, this offensive line gave up 52 sacks last year. Okay, so they've got to protect him, and does he have enough weapons around him? Right now in the preseason, it's all fun and games because, you get little single coverages. He read the coverage here nicely. Man-to-man, he knew exactly where to go with the football. So I just hope they can help this young man and build a team around him, because you cannot allow the quarterback to get sacked 52 times and win football games.
All right, let's go to Steelers and Jags. Everyone wants to see Travis Hunter play on both sides of the football. Let's see, first quarter on offense, Trevor Lawrence.
And, this was all game planned. Get him in the game early, give him some balls, a catchable ball so the fans go crazy. This is the guy we drafted. That's right, he is the guy, he's the unicorn. He's going to play offense, defense. We'll see about that. We'll see how many plays that he can play in both positions, whether he plays offense more or defense more. That is yet to be seen.
But this night he played more offense. He played 10 offensive snaps, 8 on defense. Has a chance to make a tackle here and kind of whiffs on it. No passes go his way, no targets. Did not return.
It's the preseason. Well, see, first of all, you got to tackle his outside leg.
Break it down, Herman. Break down tackle.
I love him. I think he's a fabulous player. I'm just hoping for his sake they use him correctly and don't wear him out, because that would be no fun for anybody, for this organization, for that young man. He's going to do whatever you ask him to do.
Cam Ward, started 0 for 2 passing, and we were wondering, okay, and you talked about the offensive line. They've addressed offensive line in the past 2 years prior to this draft. 2 top 11 picks with Skronsky and with J.C. Latham as well. I'm just curious, you've got a rookie quarterback stepping into a locker room and trying to win over that locker room as the face of the franchise. And when he does that, what impact does it have on those guys?
Well, he has already given this city and this team hope. And that's important. You have a guy that you respect. You watched him play tonight and you went, oh, okay, this is different. And so they've got to do a nice job of protecting him. They know that. This is their franchise quarterback. And if they can do that, he'll be there for a decade.
Let's go over to Travis Hunter now. We saw his highlights. It's an interesting way we talked about. He's a unicorn in the sense that no one has ever really done it. Deion played a little bit of receiver, but he's talking about going both ways here. How would you handle this?
Look, I would use him as a defensive player, first of all.
You would?
I'd play him at corner.
Why? Why corner instead of wide receiver?
Because he can take the ball away. He intercepts balls. He gives the offense another possession, right? I use him on offense, situational football, third down, red zone. He might get 10 plays on offense, certain situations, but I'd put him on defense. This is what I would do. I would double the number 1 receiver. I'd put him on the number 2 receiver and say, okay, you want to throw to the number 2 receiver? I got a guy over there that can cover him. Not only can he cover him, he'll intercept the ball. He can intercept the ball. See, that's something about defense. I like defensive players that can catch the ball. That's possessions.
Okay, but so you don't buy the fact that this guy could be pretty much a regular on both sides of the ball in the same game?
I think it would be very difficult to play 30 snaps of defense and 40 snaps of offense.
Did it in college.
This is the National Football League.
Right.
Never been done. I'm not going to say he can't do it, but it would shorten his career, I believe.
Yeah, for sure.
Played about 80 to 85% of the snaps at Colorado, but to Herm's point, these are grown men now.
It's a different league. This is the National Football League, by the way.
I'm sorry, I
play on Sundays.
almost forgot it was the National
Football League. They play on
Sundays. Preseason, you got the Giants, Bills from God's country. No Josh Allen. Keep him in bubble wrap for the rest of the preseason. Flip side, the Giants got a dude who they took with the number 3 pick at Abdul Carter. And there's a reason he took him with the number 3 pick. Going to work here on Deion Dawkins. He doesn't get to Mitchell Trubisky. But man, he was a menace in limited action for the Giants, who, David, you pointed out, man, what a front four.
Oh, they're going to be scary.
All right, so they got a strong defensive line there, and then they got a quarterback battle going on. Russell Wilson's going to be the guy. But then you got Jackson Dart and Jameis Winston. That's Dart dropping one in to Lil Jordan Humphrey. First NFL touchdown for the rookie out of Ole Miss. And man, you got Abdul Carter and Jackson Dart, both of their first-round picks, sparkling on this one. Herm Edwards says Brian Dable told him he reminds a little bit of Josh Allen. 12 of 19 for a $154. The Giants win. Kalen Kaler has more.
Effective, aggressive, confident. That's how Giants head coach Brian Dable described the debut of rookie first-rounder Jackson Dart. In his first NFL action, Dart put together 3 scoring drives in 4 possessions, including a successful 2-minute drill and a 28-yard touchdown on a go ball while being hit. Not only was he great through the air, but he was also the team's leading rusher. The only person who wasn't impressed, Dart himself. Dable said Dart told him postgame that his performance was mid.
You know, what's mid now mean? That was mid. You know, that was his response. I said, let's. You know, he's pretty hard on himself. I'll say that. You know, Yeah, you got to ask him about what mid means.
I feel like, you know, personally, like I'm really hard on myself. So in those moments, like I want to capitalize on that. You know, those possessions in those crunch time situations, you know, really determine the outcome of games. So, like I said, I feel like I can do a lot more.
Dable was careful not to overemphasize one preseason performance from his rookie quarterback, but he said the traits that Dart displayed were exactly what they saw on tape while scouting him. Next up for Dart and the Giants, joint scrimmages against the Jets, followed by a second preseason game next weekend. From Orchard Park, Kalen Kaler, ESPN.
Tore his meniscus and was out for the year. Minnesota's first preseason game this year, today against the Texans, and McCarthy, the starter. He got one drive, and he made it count. Rolling left, thrown against his body, finding Jordan Addison. Addison's been suspended for the first 3 games of the regular season for a DUI. Too bad, because McCarthy seemed to have a little chemistry going with Addison. Picks up the first down here. Later in the drive, 2nd and 5 on their own 33. McCarthy takes a little bit of a hit. Great catch by Jordan Addison laying out there. Pickup of 18 yards. McCarthy hanging tough in the pocket. Later in the drive, he loads it up on a 3rd down for Lucky Jackson, but kind of airmails that one. So the Vikings facing a 4th down, and McCarthy going to do this himself. Just turns on the Jets.